This Wasatch team is hitting .347 over the season and is averaging 6.3 runs per game. To compare that with last year's team, Wasatch at this point was 1-0 going into Game 2 against Lehigh, hitting .297 and averaging 5.7 runs per game. And I bring that up because the pitching's been good, but the Wasatch bats have been really good this year, hitting up over .350 as a team. Over the course of the year, and we saw those bats on display on Saturday in the 10-0 victory. The Gordon Law Group is your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. The sponsors of your the stat of the game. I'm going to throw it over to you, Ty. What does Wasatch need to do? You want to close this one out, and it really doesn't matter if it takes 1 or 2 games, but from the pitching side of things, you want to close this one out in Game 2, get the sweep, and then move on to your next round. That opponent's still up in the air. We'll talk about that as the broadcast goes on. But what's your Country Garden and Nursery keys to the game today?
You're exactly right when you talk about the pitching here, Tyler, for this Wasatch team. Is it coming across low for you?
It sounds low on my ear, too. That's why I went to adjust it.
See if I can get over here. All right. Sorry, we got some technical difficulties here, Ty. We'll get this aligned over
This is a big day for Ty, as senior grades have to be posted today, and Tyler teaches all seniors.
This is not a good time for me as far as
especially for an early game. This is an early game. We forgot to mention that it's an early game because of that doubleheader option if Tooele were to pull off Game 2.
So back to your keys to the game. It feels like we're working a little bit better now here, Ty. I think we're locked in. I've been stewing over this a little bit. I think from this Tooele team you saw on Saturday, there's not a lot of firepower like we talked about. But Jackson Kelson, where he has struggled early in this year, is when he's walked guys. When he's put guys on base for free, either walks or hit by pitches, then the other team's had a little bit of an opportunity. And you're spot on. It may not seem like a big deal if you're looking through just a small picture of this team of saying, well, if they don't get this one, they've always got game number 3. But that is a big deal because as you project forward, Wasatch will have to take on either Olympus or Cottonwood, and they haven't thrown anyone. They got first 2 round byes, so they'll be completely fresh. But assuming if Wasatch could get through them, then they're going to have to turn around and play on Monday and Tuesday the following week. And there's not enough days of rest between Thursday and Monday to have your 3 consistent starters go over and over again. And so Wasatch would start to get strained pitching-wise. So to put them in a situation that will be best as far as making a push in the state tournament, this team needs to get this one today, and they need to get it early on, and preferably with both Jackson Kelson and Casey Anderson throwing a little bit so they're both then available on Thursday and Friday this week if the Wasps move forward. So for me, it's pretty simple, and I guess the last part of this key to the game, Tyler, is they're facing a lefty on the mound today, I believe, if we're looking at the scouting report.
Yep.
And the real strength of this Tooele team was their shortstop. He was a pretty good defensive player, made a lot of outs early on in that, and the lefty pitcher wants to invite you to roll over to that shortstop. And so Wasatch needs to be disciplined at the plate, just think right center gap and try to drive the ball the other way. If they get a little selfish with their at-bats and start rolling over to that shortstop, they could find themselves in a little bit of a tighter battle than you may think after 10 running this team. So to me, those are the 2 keys. Pitchers have to throw strikes, get it done early, and then in the box, you got to have just good team at-bats, no selfish at-bats, meaning you're trying to drive the ball on a line, up the middle, and the other way, and this team should find success.
The Country Garden and Nursery is your only one-stop shop for everything garden and yard related in the Heber Valley. Stop into their indoor plant shop today for the plant of the month. You've been listening to the Dairy King pregame show. The Dairy King is winners of Best in State from 2008 to 2021, proudly serving the Heber Valley since 1946. It's time for the national anthem. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Point S Tires defensive lineup and your Mountain Refined first pitch.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental grill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Good afternoon and welcome once again to Wasatch High School. Wasatch baseball action, regional round of the state tournament. A win today will push Wasatch to the Super Regional, which will probably, looks like it'd be against Olympus High School for the second year in a row, or Cottonwood High School.
Maple Mountain is trying to be that upset special right now. They got game 1 against Murray. That's the 22 seed Maple Mountain against the 11 seed Murray. And if Maple wins that, and the other things go according to the way they look right now, that would actually bump Wasatch to take on the 5 seed rather than the 4 seed, which would be Cottonwood, which should be a favorable matchup if you're Wasatch, because Wasatch went down to Cottonwood this year and hammered Cottonwood early on. That was a game they could have easily 10-runned Cottonwood. But that's something to keep your eye on today. We'll see how those other series finish up, Ty.
Point S Tires. Think of Point S Tires as your local tire expert. Each Point S Tire is independently owned and operated by someone who lives where you live and who makes sure you get the right tire at the right price. Ty, take us around the diamond for the Wasatch defensive lineup today.
Well, starting at your pitcher spot is Jackson Kelson, the senior. He'll be about 90 to 92 is where we've had him on the gun this year. Sits in the high 80s for the majority of the game, but he's got a live arm. That's your starter here for Wasatch. Catching behind the dish will be Craig McPhee at third base. Chet Wilson, shortstop today, will be Carter Bucad. Jack Bluth at second base, and Jackson Bullender at first base. In the outfield, Peyton Swab back to his comfortable position in center field. Cole Zimmerman in left field, and Crew Erickson going to move over there to right field today. And so a little bit of a different look in the outfield for the Wasatch Wasps, and looking defensively, trying to put Crew, who they feel like is one of their strongest outfielders, to right, assuming that's where a lot of balls are going to be going, with Jackson Kelson on the mound throwing high 80s, low 90s. And that's kind of a coaching move, Ty, where they're assuming the swings will be a little bit late and balls will be jumping out to right field.
Your first pitch brought to you by Mountain Refined. From design to project completion, our team excels in understanding and implementing your specific lifestyle and taste preferences into your interior design. Come into our showroom in order to find beautiful furniture, bedding, mattresses, decor, and so much more. Jackson Kelson, 34 2/3 innings pitched, 36 Ks, 20 walks, and a 4.02 ERA. Leadoff batter hit today for the Buffaloes will be Bird, the senior, 0 for 2 yesterday, hitting .290 on the year. On deck, Kolovich, the shortstop, and in the hole will be Bowen, Saturday's starting pitcher. Bird playing second base today, swings and misses at the first pitch. He's going to foul off pitch number 2 and an early 0-2 count here with Jackson Kelson on the mound.
Well, that first fastball completely overpowered Bird, Tyler. I just don't think they've seen a lot of fastballs of this caliber in that region that Tooele is sitting in. And I think if you're Jackson, you stick with that fastball early until they get anywhere near it.
Goes high and in for ball 1, moves count to 1-2. We'll dive into the scores around the state that happened on Saturday. A little bit surprised, were you? A little bit surprised to see Uinta knock off Skyline.
Yeah, I was a little bit. Ty, their strike 3. Good start there for Jackson, just putting it right by him. I was a little surprised, and if you looked a little bit more closely at that, Uinta scored 4 runs in the last inning to kind of steal that one away. Skyline was in control, up 4-1 going into the last inning. So I think that's one Uinta snuck away from him. That one has a chance to probably go 3 games today.
That first strikeout brought to you by Wasatch Physical at the Pit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injury, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. Kolovich, the shortstop, comes up 2 for 2 yesterday with the triple, 371 batting average on the year. Fouls off the first pitch. Good to see Jackson Kelson around the zone early. 3 out of the 4 pitches strikes. The 0-1 Swung on, fouls that one off of his leg, I believe. And that's going to move the count to 0-2. Tooele wearing the black pinstripes, black jerseys with a white pinstripe. Wasatch wearing their retro Astros uniforms today. Do you like the black pins or the Wasatch kind of Pittsburgh Pirate type blacks?
Oh, the Wasatch look looks pretty good, Tyler, but this Tooele looks not bad. It's not anywhere near that Springville all-red pin that I told you about earlier in the year that was just the ugliest thing I've ever seen. These are two good-looking uniforms out here.
There's two things that we're looking to go into if sports doesn't work out for us, either uniform ratings or food ratings. This one's going to be swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the glove hand side to Chet Wilson. Wilson makes the stab, throws it across the diamond to Bolander. 2 away here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Tyler, you used to say as the head coach that was one of the best parts of it is designing the uniforms and getting the gear and the clothing.
There's some great websites that I won't admit if I've been on not being the head coach, just designing uniforms again. It's an enjoyable thing for me. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Bowen, starting pitcher on Saturday. He's going to swing at the first pitch. This one's going to be elevated to shallow left center field. Cole Zimmerman's going to call off Peyton Swap. And Wasatch gets out of the inning 1-2-3. Brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 0-0 as we move into the bottom of the first.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the first inning here. Second game of the first round of Wasatch Baseball's state tournament. This first inning action brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from sports injuries, auto injuries, industrial and or commercial injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%.
Yeah, it's time for our Bank of Utah batting lineup today for the Wasp. Bank of Utah's specialty is relationships. Ty, take us down the lineup.
Leading off for the Wasp will be Alex Gutierrez, the DH. Second, Crew Erickson in right field. Jackson Bolander will be in the 3 spot playing first base. Peyton Swap hitting in the 4 hole at center field. He was 3 for 3 on Saturday. Had a great first game of this series. Jack Bluth in the 5 hole playing second base. Hitting number 6 is Chet Wilson, moving down after a little bit of a tougher first game, and that's not a bad spot maybe to get Chet some better pitches to hit down there. He's playing third base. 7, Cole Zimmerman in left field for Wasatch. 8, Carter Bucad has moved up from the 9 hole that he was in on Saturday, and then Jackson Kelson, your pitcher, is hitting in the number 9 spot.
Lefty on the mound for the Tooele Buffaloes will be Hervad. Wasatch actually faced Hervad last year in their one-game series. 16 innings pitched on the year, 4.38 ERA, 22 hits and 14 strikeouts in those 16 innings. He's going to start with a strike to Alex Gutierrez. Comes with another strike. This one's going to be swung on. Lazy ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop comes across, throws in time. Good play there from the shortstop. And I'd argue Tyler Kolovich is probably the best player on this Tooele Buffaloes team. 2 for 2 in game 1, and he's made every play that's been hit at him so far in the series.
Yeah, that's a tough play, Tyler. Really slow roller. Alex looked like he was a little slow getting out of the box. Not sure if he was just a little off balance, but that's normally going to be a base hit for most players. But Kolovich made a good job, a good read, coming and crashing in on it. Good strong throw, and got him just in time. So I'd agree with you. So far, he looks to be the best player here for Tooele.
brings up Crew Erickson. 373 batting average on the year, was 0 for 3. And he's going to square to drag bunt, and they said he went on that. Interesting call there from the umpire, and Coach Jacobson would like him to ask the first base coach to see it, or first base umpire to see if he went. And if he's asking, and then the first base umpire saying, if you're asking if he went on the bunt, that is no. So they will retract that strike call, and it'll be a 1-ball, no strikes.
And that home plate umpire did not want to appeal. Coach Jacobson kept after that. That was his personal pride. He was not excited to go down there, and his teammate didn't have his back. That umpire said, no, you just missed that one.
It's going to bring up a 2-0 count after another ball. It will bring up the third baseman as well. Lobato now playing in on the grass. 2-0 count to Crew. 7 extra base hits on the year. He scored 25 times, leads the team in runs scored. The 2-0 swung on. Crew a little bit behind that one. Goes towards the Wasatch dugout and will reset at 2-1. Good fastball early on from Herbat. Both pitches we saw on Saturday, not great fastballs, mid-70s to high 70s. Herbat looks to be low 80s probably today. And they're coming from the left-hand side.
Yeah, he looks like the best arm that they've got. The other two had better batting averages, or excuse me, ERA, Tyler, as opposed to Herbat. But I would definitely say this is the most live arm that we've seen from Tooele so far. Gets
the bottom of the zone there to move the count to 2-2. Alex Gutierrez with the ground out to lead off the inning, so 2-2 with 1 out to Crew. 2-2 pitch way outside, moves the count to full. Jackson Bullender on deck for the Wasps and Peyton Swap in the hole. Herbat comes set, throwing out of the stretch. High leg kick, delivers the payoff pitch. This one swung on and fouled off into the freshman soccer field.
That's a good job from Crew, because that's an excellent pitch. Down and away, tailing away as well as the lefty. And Crew just stayed locked in on that thing the whole way, fouled it off, and is going to hope to get a better one to hit on this next one.
Crew back into the box. Herbat comes set once again out of the stretch, throwing from the left-hand side. The payoff again, swung on. This one's right back up the middle. That's our first base hit of the day. Brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. This is a cool shop. Single there for Crew to get things going for the Wasps.
That's a really good at-bat. Just a really good at-bat. We talked in the pregame show, Tyler, about keys to the game and having good team at-bats. Crew the entire way, just his full mechanics. He was keeping that shoulder in, looking to drive a ball up the middle and the other way, and he was able to stay locked in on that pitch and get a nice base hit.
He's going to bring up Jackson Bullender through 5 innings of shutout baseball on Saturday, playing first base today. .490 batting average, 6 extra base hits, including the 3 RBI double that won the game for the Wasps, put the game up to 10-0. He was 2 for 4 with the double and 3 RBIs in game 1. He'll take ball 1 here. Crew, great speed over at first base. Herbat looks, takes a second look, now will deliver, and that one too far outside, moves the count to 2-0. With the high leg kick, we haven't seen him move over there. We'll see what Coach Jacobson decides to do here with 1 out. Combined 5 for 7 between Bullender and Swap. Crew's going to go first move, and man, the speed of Crew, he's going to be in safe on the pickoff move. He went on the first pickup of the leg, and that's what you got to do if you've got speed. And Crew's in safely at second base. How do you rule that? Is that a stolen base?
That's a stolen base, maybe more so than most stolen bases, because he got caught and he just took it anyway, Tyler. And that was just a slow release by both the pitcher and the first baseman. The first baseman kind of a high lingering leg kick, and as he pointed out, Crew going on first move, there was just no chance to get him at that point when he had a full steam ahead.
2-0 pitch is in there for strike 1, right on the outside corner, moves the count to 2-1. Looked to be a similar spot to the second pitch, but that one gets a strike call. Crew Erickson on the pond at second base with an okay lead. Bullender back in the box, hitting from the right-hand side. Shortstop creeps up behind Crew. Crew, not a big lead, now gets a good secondary. The 2-1 pitch, high fastball, swung on and missed, moves the count to 2-2.
That had a little extra steam on it, Ty. That fastball was good. He's sitting in the mid-80s on that one. That was about 84 past Bullender.
2-2 the count now with 1 out. Bullender, probably the biggest key to that first game of the series win was only 51 pitches. And so Bullender should be plenty rested for the Thursday start against whoever that super regional game will be. This one swung on and fouled off. Good protect the plate swing there from Bullender. Moves the count back to 2-2.
Beautiful day for baseball here, Tyler, too. Starting to heat up a little bit. Wasatch again on this nice new turf field. This is their first year on it. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed a noticeable difference defensively for the Wasps on the infield and with opponents coming in. It's just been a much cleaner game for the Wasps this year.
2-2 pitch is low and away. He gets Bolander to swing on it, but Crew's going to try to take third base and does so. So the work is done as the ball was in the dirt and the catcher had to throw it down to first base, and Crew broke on the throw and was able to advance to third base. So 2 outs with a runner on third with Peyton Swap coming up to the dish. 3 for 3 yesterday, or on Saturday. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's now hitting .379 on the year and has 23 RBIs on the year. Been dealing with a back injury, but looked good on Saturday. So used to the normal schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, got to adjust and go Saturday, Monday here.
And how they've set up this tournament, Tyler, if our listeners haven't looked at it, they've done it in a way to make sure that you have to have depth as a team, that you can't let 1 or 2 pitchers dominate throughout the whole state tournament because they stack these games within a couple days of each other between series. And so you really do need some depth. And that comes from, I'm sure, many examples in the past, but you'd get maybe the best team of the state that would get beat out early because there'd be 1-game series or just a 1-game matchup, and the other team would have a stud, a kid that's going to get drafted, but that was it. No one else on the team was any good, and so you'd have a team that was probably better overall that could just get beat out by 1, and that's the uniqueness of baseball, right? Most other sports, there's a team element to it, but baseball, you can have one guy that can stand on that mound and completely neutralize a good team.
1-1 count after a called strike on the second pitch. It's delivered low and outside, ball 2. Moves the count to 2-1. Jack Bluth on deck for the Wasps. Payne Swab did take her bot deep last year in the 1-game series over the left field wall. Wasatch won that game 8-4. Her bot threw 5 1/3. Gave up 5 runs in that one. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, hits a good spot. Peyton on that one. Goes straight back to the dugout. Moves the count to 2-2. Deuces with a runner on third for the Wasps. Still 0-0 to score. Wasatch retired to the side in the top of the first. Crew Erickson single, and then a stolen base, and then an advancement on the throw from the catcher has him on third base. 2-2 the count. Herbot comes set. Delivers the 2-2. High and outside. Catcher does a good job of hanging with that one. That one almost got away. Brings up a full count pitch with 2 outs.
Yeah, so this is a tricky spot here for the pitcher, Tyler, right? Traditionally, you'd want to come back with a fastball with Peyton up. You maybe don't want to give him something too good to hit, but at the same time, you can't throw something too dirty in the dirt because you've got a runner on third that could potentially score on a pass ball.
The payoff. Swing and a miss. Payne gets away from the catcher. Catcher will throw it down to first base, and Herbot gets out of the inning with back-to-back strikeouts on Bolander and Swap. Wasatch scores no runs on 1 hit, no errors from Tooele in the inning, and 1 is left on base. It's 0-0 here on HeberValleyRadio.com.
Wasatch Back Grill and Deli is a family-owned and operated business serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for over 7 years. For a burger with kick, try the Firehouse. Have a hankering for some seafood? Try fish and chips. Or try the Mandarin chicken salad. Their homemade recipes, freshly grilled burgers and sandwiches are complemented with unique sauces and homemade sides. They provide the best experience and highest quality food. Stop by today and try their great menu items. As a thank you to teachers, first responders, medical personnel, and military, get 15% off meals all year round.
Hi, this is Abby Covarrubias, the Wasatch High School Student Body President. Did you know that parents are the #1 reason kids don't drink? Believe it or not, teens still listen to their parents. In fact, kids usually listen to their parents more than anyone else, including their friends. Utah kids report the #1 reason they choose not to drink is their parents' strongest approval. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Parent Bonding Project.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio.
Top of the second brought to you by Wasatch Bag Flooring. From the words of the Wasatch Bag customers, from start to finish, the entire transaction was honest, professional, and meticulous. Highly recommend Wasatch Bag Flooring and Paint. The 1-0 pitch is going to be swung on by the catcher, Spindler. It's going to go to Jack Bluth. Jack Bluth gobbles it up, and Wasatch already with one away on 2 pitches here in the top of the second. Talk about the benefits of the turf, and we played on a rec field basically over at Southfield Park, and I'm extremely jealous of the hops that it seems to be getting here on the turf. That ball was smoked, but it's just an easy ground ball there for Jack Bluth.
And it makes for a better product of baseball, Tyler.
I
I feel like the teams go out there and they play a lot more clean. There's a lot more confidence.
This one's going to be the first base knock of the day for Tooele. The first pitch of the at-bat is swung on, and it's a ground ball through the 5-6 hole for the first single of the day. Lovato, who was 0 for 2 yesterday with a K, swings at the first pitch. He's on that fastball, and it's a single through the 5-6 hole. Third baseman will be on first base. Brings up the first baseman, Schubert, 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 Ks, 226 batting average, 9 RBIs on the year. First time Jackson's had to deal with a base runner, but he's going to come with a strike on the low part of the zone. Schubert doesn't agree with the call. Pretty good pitch there from Jackson Kelson. Wasatch playing double play depth across the diamond. Not worried about the bunt. Ooh, a high and inside pitch that's called strike 2.
That's what you get for complaining about the first one. That umpire looked vindictive on that call there.
0-2. And now, I'll tell you what, if Jackson Kelson can hit that spot, that's a tough pitch to hit there on the high inside corner. 0-2 with 1 out, runner on first. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 for Jackson Kelson. Once again brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Adams, a junior. Did not hit yesterday, 172 on the year with 5 RBIs. Jackson Kelson will step off the back of the mound. Take a look at the runner on first base runner of the day for the Buffaloes. It's a busy week for Wasatch Athletics as all teams besides girls golf will be in action. This one's going to be swung on. Easy ground ball to the second baseman. Jack Bluth will field it, flip it to Carter Bucott, and Wasatch once again gets out of the inning with no runs. 1 hit by Tooele, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's still 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the second.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Second inning of Wasatch High School State Baseball, brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years.
Couple of lefties, 3 lefties to start off this bottom of the second for the Wasps. Jack Bluth will lead off with Chet Wilson on deck and Cole Zimmerman in the hole. Jack Bluth, 392, flirting with the 400 mark, 8 extra base hits and 14 RBIs. Was 1 for 3 on Saturday with a double. And you just leave it at that, right, Ty? You don't have to explain what the double was. You just say that it was a double.
It looks the same in the book, Tyler. It doesn't matter whether it's a laser to the fence like Bolander or a little flare ball like Jack had.
Wasatch with 1 single in the bottom of the first, weren't able to get in the run. Back-to-back Ks to Bolander and Swap. You don't see that very often. Jack Bluth to lead off against lefty action for the bottom of the second. Herbat, high leg kick, delivers inside for ball 1. Jack frustrated with himself. Thought he should have taken that one on the leg and get the base runner.
Well, it depends on what part of the leg, right?
Yeah.
If that thing's coming at the knee, go ahead and jump out of the way on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can get one in kind of the meat of the thighs, that's the general unwritten rule of baseball, is get yourself a base runner by getting hit by pitch.
1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled off into the soccer field. And Ty, I don't remember about having a fastball like this last year when we faced him. In fact, Coach Jacobson talked to me about a little bit of a scouting report, and I remembered him as mid-70s. And I believe he's put on 5-6 miles per hour on that fastball from last year. 1-1 now to count.
And a pretty good breaking pitch that we've seen so far. Fooled, Swap, and Boland are both on it. There's one right there to Bluth as well, Ty.
Yeah, Jack thought about it, but spits on it, moves the count to 2-1.
It just looks like it bites hard. It's not a slider, but it's a good tight curveball that comes down, kind of 12-6 version.
2-1 the count to Jack to lead off here in the bottom of the second. Herbat takes his time, delivers the 2-1. It's going to be a drag bunt, but Jack can't get it in fair territory. In fact, it's going to go behind him, and we'll reset with the 2-2 count. Mentioned the busy week. Wasatch softball will begin their super regional. They had to buy into the super regional. They'll start on Thursday, and it looks like they're going to get Cedar Valley, who beat Skyline 18-3 on Saturday. They'll have their game 2 today on Monday, both softball and baseball on similar schedules. The 2-2 here, swung on. That's going to be a base knock the opposite way. Good piece of hitting there from Jack Bluth, and it takes a bad hop. Oh, but a good play by the left fielder.
There's an Ozzie Smith bare hand.
Sticks his hand out and stops it. But it was a pinball action, and Jack almost was able to advance to second base. But a nice leadoff single here from Jack Bluth here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Ty, that's exactly what happened. It's a good piece of hitting from Jack, first of all, to hang in on that pitch and just simply drive it the other way. But that left fielder was coming in kind of casual, and it started pinning to the left on him, and he slipped down, and it was just like that old Ozzie Smith play where he reached back with the right hand and grabbed it with the bare hand to keep it from getting by him.
Chad's going to go ahead and square. He's going to put down. No, tries to put down a drag bunt, and again, just leaving a little bit too early. Doesn't see it down, and that'll be strike one. Jack Bluth hustles back to first base, looks over to Coach Jacobson for the sign. Chet moving down to hit in the 6th spot, was 0 for 3 yesterday with a couple of Ks, did walk and score, hitting .333 on the year, 10 extra base hits and 18 RBIs. He's going to square again. It's going to be a pickoff move. Jack Bluth gets back in time. You know, with a lefty, there's nothing more effective than a good move over to first base, but if you don't have one as a lefty, it can also be very easy to steal as well at that first base spot. The 0-1, Chet squares again. Pulls it back. No, they're going to call a strike on him going. Again, this is similar to what we saw from Crew Erickson in the first inning. 0-2 now the count with no outs. Is the umpire not believing he's pulling back again?
Yeah, and can't really get help on this one anyway. There's no one in position to really help him out. 3 umpires on the field today, and the third one standing by second base right now. So one behind home, one behind first, and then one over by second. And with the lefty up, no one really to look down at third base to check that swing.
0-2, and he's going to square again, Ty. And I'm wondering if Coach Jacobson knows that there was 2 strikes. Tooele Buffaloes want to ask, and he's got it as 2-1, but that's only the second pitch of the at-bat. Right? That was only the second pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, I've got him at 0-2.
The umpire's a little bit confused, and he's going to have to go talk to another umpire. This pause in the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station.
You had a donut
their
waiting
key
for
lime.
you on Saturday,
I had their key lime donut on Saturday, and it was fantastic. It was a great experience. Need to make a blog about it so you can read about how great of an experience it was to eat that donut.
Blog? Is that still around?
Is blogs outdated too? I knew other things were outdated.
I think blogs left years ago. You got to get yourself a TikTok about it. That's what you'll get all the kids
TikTok about my donuts.
Yeah, your TikTok. Still no solution here. Catcher's now having a word with the umpire.
Yeah, I haven't seen what the final word is. We've got the count as 0-2.
This catcher is really defiant towards the umpire here, Tyler.
Well, I think rightfully so. When you have an extra pitch, and now we're going to talk to the other umpire. Well, it'll give us an opportunity to let you know what's happening in Wasatch sports this week. Again, softball will play at home on Thursday, probably against Cedar Valley. The soccer team does know their opponent. They're going to be taking on the number 14 ranked Orem Tigers, who beat Viewmont 4-2 on Saturday. Wasatch will host Orem tomorrow here at Wasatch High School. I believe that game's going to be at 4 p.m. The winner will then play Cottonwood or Skyline on Friday. Orem and Wasatch have not played this year. They're actually going to play that game at 6 o'clock. We've got Athletic Director Foster Well, they play that at Wright Tree Stadium. So both games tomorrow, both lacrosse and soccer, will be at Wright Tree Stadium. Wasatch Norm haven't played this year, but Wasatch did play Viewmont, and that was a 2-1 victory earlier in the year over Viewmont. So they are going to move the count to 1-1. So Chet will go back into the bunt, and he's going to lay this one down. It's going to go right back to the pitcher. Pitcher takes a peek at second and throws it to first base by a step, gets Chet Wilson out. That'll be the first out of the inning. So one away here in the bottom of the second, with Jack Bluth advancing to second on the sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, good job there from Chet to get him over. Give yourself a couple chances here to drive him in.
Cole was good on Saturday, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, a double, and 2 runs scored. He's hitting .322 on the year with 12 RBIs, has an RBI opportunity here with Jack Bluth on second base. Carter Bucad, the shortstop, on deck. Herbat on the mound. Wasatch has been able to generate 2 hits on Herbat, 1 in the first and now 1 here in the second. Jack bouncing back and forth. Good speed. It's going to be a ground ball through the 5-6 hole. That's going to score a run. Another RBI for Cole Zimmerman here in the playoffs. He now tied Bolander for the most RBIs with 3. And a nice just 5-6 seeing eye single. And that gives some credit there to Jack Bluth. The shortstop was trying to keep Jack Bluth close to second and was playing out of position, and Cole Zimmerman takes advantage of it, goes the opposite way for a single.
Jack Bluth and Chet Wilson. Tyler Wright, you get the job done in a team at bat to bunt him over, and that's what happens. You move the defense around a little bit, gets more space open for Cole. And look who showed up at the state tournament. Cole Zimmerman having a huge state tournament. And Ty, you often talked about it. That's where the stars come out, right? State tournament, give them a chance to play under the brightest of lights. And you've seen a few Wasatch players really elevate their game. Cole Zimmerman has been outstanding. Peyton Swap has been outstanding. And Jackson Bolander. Those have been 3 that have really stood out for Wasatch in the early going of this state tournament.
Carter Bucad now comes up. He had himself a nice day as well on Saturday, 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's now hitting .300 on the year. Hitting in the 8th spot today. He takes strike 1, now takes ball 1, so 1-1 count with Cole Zimmerman at first. That run brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialists. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. 1-0, Wasatch leads here in the bottom of the second over the Tooele Buffaloes. Good lead from Cole Zimmerman. Quick pickoff move, not in time, and we'll reset at 1-1. The Stars come out in the state tournament, and I think they say the Stars come out in game 7s. So what does that tell us about the Phoenix Suns roster right now?
Can we get over Chris Paul being one of the greatest point guards ever, Tyler? It's just this narrative that just doesn't have anything to back it up.
Ooh. Nice throw here from Spindler, but the second baseman can't handle it. So Cole Zimmerman gets the stolen base. It'll be strike 2 as Carter Bucad swung over the pitch. And he was flirting with that plate. He was keeping his toes on the batter's box there to avoid an interference, but another duck on the pond here as Cole Zimmerman steals second base. So an RBI opportunity for Carter. He had 1 RBI on Saturday, has 11 RBIs on the year. Doesn't have an extra base hit on the year, 21 singles, and again has got his average up to 300 now on the year. Good lead again from Cole Zimmerman at second base. The 1-2 tries to go upstairs. Carter lays off of it, and it moves the count to 2-2. Jackson Kelson getting the swing today. He's on deck. He's been in and out of the lineup throughout region play. Herbat comes set. Takes a look at Cole. Takes a second look. Delivers the 2-2. Swung on. This one's going to be a strike 3, but he gets away from Spindler. And Carter Bucad will advance to first base on the ball in the dirt.
Well, Tyler, this Tooele team, you need to play perfect if you want to have a shot to come in here and win 2 games against Wasatch. And that's one you just can't let get away from you. That's a catchable ball by the catcher. That curveball is coming in towards you, and he just got a little bit lazy, got his eye off of it.
Yeah, I've been accused of being a little too hard on the catchers this year, but I think that's on the catcher. When you get a strike 3 call and can't knock down the ball, I think it's the catcher there. Although, if you've been watching the majors lately, we've had 2 strikeouts over the past weekend, one in which the ball ended up hitting the batter, so a hitter swung, and after he missed, it hit him. And then on Sunday or Saturday, a batter swung over a pitch, and it actually went between his legs. The catcher caught it in between his legs on a strike 3. Pretty good play from the catcher, in my opinion. Usually those balls are getting away.
There's been some odd stuff. No-hitter where the team loses.
The Pirates,
the Pirates get no-hit and end up winning that ball game.
1-0. It's going to bring up Jackson Kelson with runners on the corners. Bucott at first, Zimmerman at third. Kelson's going to take a swing at the first pitch. It's a little up in the zone. He'll swing and miss. 0-1 now the count. Yeah, the Pirates. And it only could happen to the Reds this year, right? Lose a game and not give up a hit.
Is that just baseball in Ohio is just meant to be unhappy, with the Guardians and the Reds? Is that what you're implying there, Ty?
Well, if you've been following the Reds, the owner's threatening to move them out of Cincinnati, which they're the oldest team ever. Like the Cincinnati Reds, or the Red Stockings at the time, were the first baseball team. So to move the Reds out of Cincinnati is just blasphemous. But he's been threatening to do that. Their roster's not very good. They only had 3 wins up until a couple of weeks ago. Another pitch is going to be swung on and fouled. Moves the count to 1-2. Continuing with our Wasatch update, track and field will be traveling to BYU this Thursday and Saturday. Excited to see what junior Maddie Durant's able to come up with and accomplish at that state tournament. The boys 4x1 and 4x200 teams have had a lot of success this year as well. We'll see what they can do. The 1-2 pitch, low and outside. Runner goes. Spindler's going to take a peek, pump fake, but Bucad's in there. That's a good job there from Bucad. That ball was low and away. Catcher had to go to his knees. And Bucad breaks, and so now you have runners on second and third with a 2-2 count with 1 out. Top of the order on deck for the Wasps is Alex Gutierrez. Grounded out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Tooele plays back, not cutting it off with runners on second and third. Another pitch is too far outside, and that'll move the count to full. Boys tennis, Beck Newberger, a freshman, qualifies for the first singles state tournament. Number 3, another freshman, Brady Peary, qualifies as the number 11 seed. So both of them will be competing in the tennis state championships. The payoff pitch gets the outside corner, strikeout looking, as Herbat has been good with runners in scoring position. He had back-to-back Ks in the first inning and gets a K there. That's actually K number 4. But Bucad was able to advance on a ball that got by the catcher. So we got runners on second and third now with 2 outs. Top of the order now up is Alex Gutierrez. 1 for 2 yesterday with a walk, a run scored, and he reached on an error. On his first at bat today, he grounded out of the shortstop. Lovato playing closer to that 5-6 hole. Wasatch has hit the 5-6 hole twice in this inning. Herbat gets a little bit mixed up with Spindler, and he'll reset. Beautiful day. There's nothing better than when Ty opens up the window here in the booth, and it's not cold when it comes in. Ball's going to be swung on and rolled over to the second baseman. Second baseman rolls through it, fields it, throws it over to first base, and Tooele gets out of the inning. Wasatch does score 1 run on 2 hits. No errors by Tooele. Well, 1 error on the strikeout, and 2 are left on base. It's 1-0 here on 94.5 The Peak.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Third inning action brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. Your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today. Wasatch leads 1-0 after scoring 1 run on an RBI single from Cole Zimmerman in the bottom of the second. To lead off the top of the third, the left fielder, Dean, a sophomore, and then the right fielder, Palmer, will be on deck, and then we'll go back to the top of the order. First pitch is going to be swung on. It's going to be another ground ball to Jack Bluth. He'll have his third out of the day, and there's one away on one pitch here in the top of the third inning. Jumping back into some Wasatch sports action. First doubles team, McKay Ritchie, a senior, and Crew Rash, a junior, qualify for state as the number 11 seed. Second doubles, Cole Ritchie and Ty Greenwood will qualify for the number 8 seed in second doubles. Boys lacrosse will play tomorrow here at Wright Tree Stadium against Highland High School. They ended up with the number 11 seed overall. Strike one here to the number 9 hitter, Palmer. Jackson comes set with an 0-1 count, delivers, swung on, it's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Carter Bucott comes through it, throws it across the diamond, 2 away on 3 pitches. Wasatch continuing to play well in the field. No errors so far in the day, and that's going to bring us to the top of the order. Only 1 hit so far in the day for Tooele. Bird comes up to bat. He struck out in his first at bat. 0 for 3 now in the series. Through 2 innings, Jackson Kelson only 19 pitches. This will be pitch number 20. He'll miss a low. Moves the count to 1-0. First ball thrown of this inning for Jackson Kelson. He looks good, and it's been all fastballs. He's been able to challenge the Tooele Buffaloes with mainly the fastball. Haven't seen a lot of off speed, if any, so far in the game. He comes set, delivers, swung on, fouled off. Bird looked to be a little bit more on time on that one. Moves the count to 1-1 with 2 outs. Again, Wasatch was able to get out of the Game 1 victory on Saturday with Jackson Bollinger only throwing 51 pitches. Should be plenty rested for the next series. There's a curveball. It's going to be swung on and elevated to right center field. Peyton Swap's going to settle underneath it. And that's your second Wasatch Physical Therapy 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody is left on base. It's still 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the third.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
Wasatch Back Grill and Deli is a family-owned and operated business serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for over 7 years. For a burger with kick, try the Firehouse. Have a hankering for some seafood? Try fish and chips. Or try the Mandarin chicken salad. Their homemade recipes, freshly grilled burgers and sandwiches are complemented with unique sauces and homemade sides. They provide the best experience and highest quality food. Stop by today and try their great menu items. As a thank you to teachers, first responders, medical personnel, and military, get 15% off meals all year round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the third brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Wasatch leads 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the third inning. That run coming by Jack Bluth, who scored on an RBI single by Cole Zimmerman, who was advanced to second base on a sacrifice bunt by Chet Wilson. 2-3-4 up for the Wasp. Crew Erickson, Jackson Bollinger, and Peyton Swap. Crew singled up the middle in his first at bat, hitting .373 on the year. He's 1 for 4 in this series. Does have an RBI. Her bat's been good up to this point. 42 pitches through 2 innings. Wasatch has done a good job of getting the pitch count up. Again, throwing from the left-hand side is Herbat. He delivers. It's going to be a drag bunt. This is a good one. It's at Lovato. Lovato's going to come up, can't handle it, and there's 2 singles now for Erickson in the day. Lovato wasn't able to handle the bunt, but I don't think he would have been in time anyway, and it's an infield single for Crew. Back-to-back singles for Crew in the ball game, and Wasatch is in business with the leadoff guy on. Jackson Bollinger struck out swinging in his first at bat. He's now 2 for 5 in the series with a double and 3 RBIs, hitting in the high 400s. Q Erickson had a stolen base in his last trip to the base pass. He's going to go. It's going to be a hit and run attempt. Cruz takes off. He's in there. That pitch was all the way in the left-hand side batter's box. Jackson did all he could to try to get a piece of it. Couldn't do it, so he swings over it, but Cruz still's second anyway. 0-1 count with no outs here in the bottom of the third. Duck on the pond for the Wasps for the third straight inning. They only were able to get one, left two on base. Check swing, foul ball here, so moves the count to 0-2. 0-2 count. Herbat's giving Jackson some fits in the day today, and it's once again an 0-2 count with Crew Erickson on second. Herbat takes a second look. Not a big lead from Crew. He now gets a good secondary, and now a back pick. Crew way off. The shortstop wasn't on the same page, and so Crew gets a break. He's able to get back to second base.
Yeah, no one covering at all. The shortstop fell asleep. Otherwise, Crew's probably toast on that one, Ty. And it was almost as if Crew was trying to bait him as well. Like when he turned around all the way, they just stared at each other for a minute before Crew broke back.
0-2 count here to Bolander. The pitch. Too far outside, moves the count to 1-2. Again, Crew Erickson on second. He was stranded on third base in the first inning, and then Wasatch stranded two runners in the last inning. Did push one run across. 1-2 the count here. Herbat comes set. One look at Crew. Will deliver. Too far outside again, moves the count to 2-2. No walks in the game from either pitcher so far. 3 Ks for Herbat, 2 for Jackson Bolander. Wasatch has been able to generate 3 hits on the day in the first 2 innings. 2-2 now the count. Nobody out. Crew on second. Shallow lead. Good secondary. 2-2. Too far outside. Moves the count to full.
You know, I was making a battery change, Tyler, so I might be wrong here, but probably 4 hits at this point, counting that last career.
Oh, sorry,
right?
sorry, yeah, I missed the one.
2, and then Bluth has 1, and Zimmerman also with
you're
1
right.
on the day.
You're right. 3 coming into the inning. Didn't look at this inning when I was looking at my notes.
Yeah, Cruz had a good day, 2 for 2 to this point.
Payoff pitch, swung on, good pitch there from her body, gets Bolander chasing, and that's the second strikeout of the day for Jackson Bolander. That'll bring up Peyton Swap. Struck out in his first at bat as well. He's 3 for 4 now in the series with a double, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs. A rare 0 for 3 from batters 3 and 4 in the Wasatch lineup with runners in scoring position. And overall, Wasatch now, 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position and have 4 Ks in those 6 at bats. Herbat takes a peek at Crew. Crew's not that far off of second base. He's getting a good secondary, though. This one's going to be swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop comes through, makes yet another play. Does move Crew over to third base, but now Jack's going to have to come up with a 2-out hit to score Crew from third. Jack Bluth did single in his first at bat through the 5-6 hole. 2 for 4 now in the series, hitting up now close to 400. Has 14 RBIs. We'll see if he can come up with a 2-out hit to score the run. Wasatch's lefties have been pretty good. 2 hits from both Zimmerman and Bluth. Chad also with the sacrifice bunt on the day against the lefty. This one's going to be swung on and fouled off into the soccer field, 0-1 count.
Yeah, and that goes against the traditional statistics of baseball, doesn't it? That usually you want a left-on-left matchup, meaning you'd like your left-handed
from the
pitchers,
pitching standpoint.
Yeah, to throw against the left-handed batters because the averages usually go down for the left-handed batters. But today, that's actually been where Wasatch has seen a little more success is with their lefties in the box.
0-1 count here to Jack. Wasatch leads 1-0. This one's low. Spindler does a good job of knocking that one down in front of him. Moves count to 1-1, and Crew will retreat back to third base.
You know, different players have different strengths, Tyler, in the batter's box. And you can see on this picture the type of spin and release, who it's giving fits to and who it's not. Jack is seeing the ball very well out of Harvaugh's hands. He's reading it whether it's a breaking pitch or a fastball. Whereas someone who is a little bit of a high strike there, someone like Jackson Bolander is just not seeing it well at all out of Harvaugh's hands. And it's so interesting when you go from game to game because Jackson was the guy who was totally locked in game number 1 But there's something that Harvath is doing from the left side that just makes it a little more challenging for Bolander, whereas Bluth just picks it up very easily.
Is a 1-2 count after the high called strike. Bat sets, delivers the 1-2, too far up that time, moves the count to 2-2. Deuces with 2 outs and a runner on third. Chet is on deck. The girls lacrosse team finished the number 4 in the RPI standings tie. They earned themselves a first round bye. They will play the winner of Provo and East in the second round, which will be played on Thursday, graduation day. I think that game will be played at noon in order to get that game over with and the girls over to graduation. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off down the right side. So on Thursday, graduation day, softball will be playing here. Baseball, if everything goes well, will be playing somewhere in Salt Lake. Track and field will be down at BYU. Boys lacrosse will have a game if they win against Highland. And the girls lacrosse game will be Thursday as well. So 5 events happening all on the same day. And graduation.
And so the admin is all here. You can see them scattered, wondering who are we going to be on the phone with immediately after these ones end to try to get stuff moved.
The 2-2 is going to be rolled over to the first baseman. Jack tries to beat it out, won't do so. First baseman will step on the first, and Wasatch is retired. Third straight inning, Wasatch leaves a guy stranded on third base. It's still 1-0, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. 1-0 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Hi, this is Abby Covarrubias, the Wasatch High School Student Body President. Did you know that parents are the #1 reason kids don't drink? Believe it or not, teens still listen to their parents. In fact, kids usually listen to their parents more than anyone else, including their friends. Utah kids report the #1 reason they choose not to drink is their parents' strongest approval. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Parent Bonding Project.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how. 5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Fourth inning action brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties. Wasatch Behavioral Health is a comprehensive community behavioral health center offering a wide array of programs and services for children, teens, and adults. 2-3-4 is what we have up for the Tooele Buffaloes. Kolovich, the shortstop, Bowen, the center fielder, and Spindler, the catcher. Kolovich, 2 for 2 yesterday, grounded out to Chet in his first at bat today, but he's been on the barrel every swing. He had a triple yesterday, didn't score in that inning. 1-0, this one's going to be swung on and fouled off behind the dugout, moves the count to 1-1. Kolovich, also the shortstop, and he's been perfect playing that shortstop position for the Buffaloes. Probably has 8 putouts between the 2 games so far. The 1-1. Way outside. Worst miss of the day for Jackson Kelson, and we'll reset at 2-1.
Pretty amazing stat here, though. Jackson only at 25 pitches right now, Tyler, through 3+ innings.
2-1, comes set, delivers the 2-1, gets him to swing and miss at a high fastball, moves the count to 2-2. Jackson hasn't had to use a lot of the off speed. He did throw a curveball to the leadoff guy last inning.
Well, if he wants, he can go right back up there on the inner half.
The 2-2, swung on and missed, gets the strikeout against arguably the best hitter for Tooele. That's his 3rd physical at the pit stop. Strikeout serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Bowen, starting pitcher on Saturday. Center fielder today, popped out to left center to Cole Zimmerman in his first at bat. 0 for 2 now in the series with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt in game 1. Kelson will deliver. Gets a called strike on the outside corner. Moves the count to 0-1. You gotta watch the umpire. He's kind of got a quick strike call, so you gotta watch him.
Isn't he?
0-1. This one's going to be a ground ball to Jack Bluth. Jack Bluth's had himself a day so far. Make it another one. 4 putouts now for Jack Bluth in the day. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
I feel like that's another putout, though, that's aided by the turf. Jack's been good all year, so he's probably going to make that out either way. But that's a ball where he's coming up, and you can see confidently he knows this is going to bounce exactly how I think it's going to bounce because it's coming on the turf, whereas sometimes those funny flare balls can hit and take all kinds of strange spin. Not the case when you've got this nice turf infield that they're playing on.
Brings up the number 4 hitter today, the catcher Spindler. He grounded out to Jack in his last at bat. He'll take strike 1. 1 for 3 in the series with a single, hitting at .345 on the year. 6 extra base hits. 0-1. This is going to be a curveball that's elevated to center field. Paint Swap takes a step back, comes up, makes the catch. Your third Wasatch Physical Therapy retire the side inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 4 innings, and Jackson Kelson has 30 pitches through 4 innings. 1-0, though. This game's still close when we go into the bottom of the 4th.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and it's time for a Dorius Dental scoreboard update. Doctors Dorius and Proctor take pride in making your mouth smile. For more information, visit DoriusDental.com. Into the bottom of the 4th, Wasatch, the home team, is leading 1-0 over the Tooele Buffaloes. And the little extended scoreboard update, this is the second of a 3-game series between these two schools in what is the second round of the 5A state tournament. Wasatch won game number 1, 10-0 on Saturday. And so a win in this one would advance the Wasps to the 3rd round of the 5A state tournament, where they would play Thursday and Friday this week. Wasatch right now leading narrowly 1-0 over Tooele.
6, 7, 8 up for the Wasps. Chet Wilson, Cole Zimmerman, Carter Bucat, a couple of lefties, and then Bucat hitting in the 8 spot from the right-hand side. Chet had a sacrifice bunt in his first at bat. He's 0 for 3 in the series. Did score a run after walking in one of his at bats. 333 on the year, 10 extra base hits, and 18 RBIs. Gets into the box against Herbat. Gets a curveball. It's called a strike. A little up on the inside, but the umpire likes it. Moves the count to 0-1. Take a quick look at take a look as well at the Dorius Dental scoreboard from around the state. We'll give you some updates of the other regional series. This fastball's too far inside. Moves the count to 1-1. Orem got a tight 7-4 victory over the Box Elder Bees. They're the number 9 seed, the number 10 seed, Bountiful Braves.
Yeah, and
not Braves anymore. Bountiful Red Hawks, right? The Red Hawks.
I don't know if you looked too closely at that Orem
I didn't
one
look at that one.
Box Elder was leading more than halfway through that game. Orem had to come on late to get the win in that one. I think Box Elder was up 3-1 or 3-2 heading into the 4th inning, which is a little surprising. Orem, a top-tier team, but they struggled out of the gates early on in that.
Chet will take ball 2, so the count now 2-1. Pitches in there. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman gobbles it up, and he misses it. The first baseman missed it, and Chet will advance to second base as that ball is going to go into the dugout. And this is what we saw on Saturday was the infield woes for Tooele. That was a pretty good play from the second baseman, and the first baseman doesn't look it in. And so the error from the first baseman will advance Chet not only on base but to second base after that ball escapes and gets into the dugout.
Oh, it's got to be so frustrating if you're Tooele. Because you're right, that was good range from the second baseman. He did a good job getting over there, circling his feet around. And unfortunately just can't finish the play. There are the Buffaloes, and now Wasatch is in business here. Good chance maybe for a bunt and knock another one in.
It's going to bring up Cole Zimmerman. He does square with the runner on second base, nobody out, 2 looks. Not a lot of movement from the Tooele Buffaloes. That bunt does get down. Second baseman is going to cover. Herbat kind of stumbles, but gathers himself, throws it to the second baseman who's covering first and gets Cole out. But it does advance Chet over to third base. So Wasatch, for the 4th inning in a row, has a runner on third base. They've only been able to generate 1 run out of it. But Bucad's having himself a good series so far. He did reach on an error by the catcher in his first at bat, but he's 2 for 4 in the series with an RBI. Continuing with some scores, Maple Mountain was the big winner, 22 over number 11 Murray, but that game was tight, 2-1 was that score. Salem Hills took care of business over Northridge, 9-1. Wasatch, of course, gets the 10-0 victory over Tooele. Number 19 Springville also upsetting number 14 Viewmont in game 1, 9-3.
Yeah, if you want to call that an upset,
yeah,
though. I mean, those that have seen those teams, that one, you're thinking Springville's going to win that series.
Number 15 Brighton got a 10-5 victory over Payson. And then number 17 Uinta with a 5-4 victory over Skyline. They scored 4 in the 7th inning, as mentioned. The big thing for me, Ty, is Region 9 representing again all 4 Region 9 teams winning Game 1 on Saturday. Maple, Salem, Wasatch, and Springville. Wasatch and Salem both favored, but Maple and Springville not favored in theirs. But Region 9 are also 4-0 after Saturday's games. It doesn't matter much unless they get a victory today. It's going to bring up Carter Bucad, again, 300 batting average on the year, 2 for 4 in this series. He's got a runner on third base and an RB opportunity. Tooele playing back. The corners are playing in, but the middle of the infield playing back. Herbat sets, throws, nice pitch on the outside corner. Carter will swing and miss. That moves the count to 0-1. Carter's had success going to the right side with his swings of late. He's had kind of some spurts. Started slow, had a good spurt, then went back slow, and then he's had a good spurt here at the end of the year. 0-1 the count. Nice fastball, gets the called strike again. That ball a little bit off the plate, but the umpire likes it. And an 0-2 count, back-to-back good pitches here from Herbat. He's been good with guys on third base in this ball game today. See what Bucad can do with an 0-2 count with 1 out. Just a ball by the mound will score Chet from third base. The pitch too far outside, moves count to 1-2. Jackson Kelson on deck. He struck out looking in his first at bat today.
Well, he's gone with 3 hard pitches, 3 fastballs here, Tyler. Probably not a bad spot to come back with a breaking pitch.
The 1-2 after a pause. Too far outside again, moves count to 2-2. Haven't mentioned that Cray McPhee is being DH'd for today. He is behind the dish for the Wasps today. Doing a good job so far for the Wasps. 2-2. 1 out. Runner on third is Chet Wilson. Wasatch leads 1-0, but looking to give Jackson Kelson a little bit of some breathing room. Jackson Kelson's been good. 3 Ks through 4 innings. Only 1 hit given up. 2-2. The pitch. Too far outside again. Living on the outside part, and that's going to fill up the count. 3-2. Wind blowing from right to left. From that right field to the left side. Center fielder playing pretty shallow along with the left fielder. Right fielder playing a little bit deeper. The payoff pitch to Bucad. Swung on. Right on that one. He'll foul it straight back. And we'll reset with a full count.
Yeah, Bucad just missed that pitch, Tyler. That one hovering over the middle part of the plate. Bucad right on it. But again, he's been coming fastball, 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 fastball over and over and over again here. A little surprising he hasn't tried to throw a breaking pitch at some point.
The payoff pitch again. This one's in the dirt. Carter Bucad with a good at bat. Earns the walk. That's the first walk from either pitcher in this ball game today. It comes in the bottom of the 4th, and that's going to bring up Jackson Kelson. Struck out looking on his first at bat. Hitting below 140 on the year. Does have a 2 RBI triple on the year.
He's had a chance to help himself out, Tyler. His first at bat, runner on third, less than 2 outs. Struck out looking. They didn't get any runs. Now he's got the same scenario.
Exact same scenario. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
See if he can help himself out here. A run would go a long ways, extending this up to a 2-0 lead. Just gives you a little breathing room for potential mistakes, whether it be a fielding error or walk, something like that could happen.
Pickoff move, not in time. Bucad will dive back easily. Jackson back in the box. A really good lead from Bucad at first base. Low and outside for ball 1. Jackson thought about it, but doesn't go for it, so 1-0 count. Jackson Kelson has power, Ty. When you talk about power and pop in this lineup, Jackson Kelson's one of them. The 1-0 pitch is delivered. Too far outside, moves the count to 2-0. A little bit of some control issues here in the bottom of the fourth.
And you're seeing it's high and away, which is a sign of fatigue when you're not getting your upper body through to the right release point as a pitcher, Tyler, and that arm starts to lag behind and you start missing high. So you're seeing some fatigue. He's at 70 pitches now as Harvath.
Again, runners on the corners, 1 out. Wasatch looking to add to their 1-0 lead. The 2-0. Too far outside again, 3-0.
And again, a great option just from coaching the pitchers, Tyler, when you start getting a little tired is throwing a breaking pitch.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trying to throw them off, but what it does is it kind of resets the mechanics. They've been throwing almost nothing but fastballs this inning, and he's struggling command-wise. Sometimes you just need to reset the pitcher mechanically, and you can do that by throwing a different pitch.
3-0, another pickoff move. Not in time. A walk here would bring up the top of the order. Alex Gutierrez on deck. He's got a couple of ground outs today. 3-0 the count. Her bat comes set after getting the pitch from Spindler. Takes a peek at Bucad. Delivers the 3-0. Swung on. A 3-0 pitch swung on by Jackson Kelson. Palms up from Coach Jacobson, wondering, what are you doing there? 3-1 now the count.
Hitter's got a hit, Ty. He saw one he liked, wanted to help himself out. 3-0, number 9 hitter. You would think he'd be taking that pitch there.
3-1, too far outside, and he earns the walk anyway. So back-to-back walks here from her bat is going to bring Wasatch to their top of the order. Alex Gutierrez comes up to the plate, ground out to the shortstop, and a ground out to the second baseman. Trip to the mound here from the catcher, Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. Tragan Shaw comes in to run for Jackson Kelson. Good speed there at first base. So good speed all around the base pass as Wasatch has the bases loaded. I think this is a stall here from the catcher, just looking over to the dugout to see if they can buy some more time for the bullpen.
I don't think you got anything better than what you've got on the mound, though, over there. If you're Tooele, Harvath's been good, and I think you want to ride him as long as you can here if you're Tooele. I know it's getting a little bit shaky here for you in this inning, but I think you saw what happened when you went to the bullpen last game. Wasatch ate that bullpen alive. Alex here, he's been really good in the box, Tyler. He's flirting with 400 on the season himself. But he's a more of a potential double play opportunity than other hitters. He doesn't have lightning speed. He's not slow. But Alex needs to make sure he's disciplined here and gets a good pitch to hit, stays out of a double play.
Does take a hack at the first pitch, pulls the head a little bit, swing and a miss. So after back-to-back walks, her bat does come back with a strike. With the bases loaded, moves the count to 0-1. Crew Erickson on deck for the Wasps. He's 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles. Good leads all around the base pass here for the Wasps. Her bat delivers the 0-1. Swung on, fouled off into the Tooele dugout. Moves the count 0-2. So good job there from her bat. Comes back with back-to-back strikes after 2 walks.
Well, let's see. This is where Alex has been so good over the course of the season, getting to 2 strikes, and he just gets locked in battles. See if he can have another good battle here. Her
bat's going to step off the back, doesn't agree with the pitch coming in, and will reset as well. 0-2 the count, 1 out, bases loaded. Her bat comes set now with the 0-2 count. High leg kick, delivers, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop has a chance at a double play. Alex hustling down the line, not in time. So the runner at second is out, but Alex with a good hustle beats out the throw to first. So still runners on the corners, but 1 run will come in. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Alex Gutierrez.
Ty, and when I was talking about staying out of the double play, that's kind of what I was picturing is a ball to the 5-6 hole. That's the longest possible throw. Other sides of the field, if that's going to the glove side of the shortstop, you probably got a double play. So your second baseman, it's going to be a tough ball to beat out if you're Alex. And so that's a good job there of just pushing that thing to the far side, getting a run and hustling down the field to get Wasatch that extra run. Good discipline there from Alex.
First and third with Bucad on third base. Gutierrez on first brings up Crew Erickson. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. He'll take strike 1. Middle infield for Tooele is good, Ty. I've been impressed with the way the shortstop, that's a good turn there. About as good as you can make it. It was just a good job of Alex Gutierrez hustling down the line. Kolovich at short continues to be perfect on his attempts in the series. 0-1 count. Too far outside, moves count to 1-1. Jackson Bolander on deck for the Wasps. Has a couple of Ks today in his 2 plate appearances. Erickson 2 for 2 again with a single up the middle, and then had a drag bunt single. 1-1 to count with 2 outs. Rabat, high leg kick, delivers the 1-1, low and outside. 2-1 now the count. Gutierrez, okay speed at first base. Wasatch with already 2 stolen bases today on the base pass, 1 from Crew and 1 from Cole Zimmerman. 2-1 the count. Rabat delivers, misses low and outside again. 3-1. You can tell it's how he's just fatigued after that last pitch. Put his head down, adjust the hat. Just looks a little bit tired up there on the mound. 3-1 now the count. He went 5 innings last year against Wasatch. Right now in the 4th. Wasatch has done a good job of getting the pitch count up despite only scoring 2 runs. 2 outs. 3-1. Swung on. This one's driven to deep right center field. Center fielder going back. Makes the grab. Good play there from Bowen in the right center field gap. And Tooele once again gets out of the inning and leaves a runner on third stranded. Wasatch able to score 1 run on no hits in that inning. 1 error by Tooele and 2 runners are left on base. It's 2-0 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage and his team will help you find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy. Stop into Tom Stone today. Wasatch leads 2-0 as we go into the top of the 5th inning. Jackson Kelson has only given up 1 base runner on a single in the top of the 2nd. Other than that, it's been 1, 2, 3 innings. Currently comes into the top of the 5th with only 31 pitches thrown. Leading off for the Buffaloes will be the one guy that has the single. Lovato had a single through the 5-6 hole, 1 for 3 in the series, .213 batting average on the year. Kelson sets, delivers, it swung on, and guess what? He's going to hit the 5-6 hole again. Back-to-back singles for Lovato in the exact same spot.
Deja vu, first pitch, both times, Tyler. He's looking for a fastball and got it. Pounded it right to that same spot.
So leadoff guy on here for the Buffaloes brings up the first baseman. Schubert had an error in the last inning that ended up resulting in a run for the Wasps. And needed to give some credit for Chet as well. Chet was hustling down that line. I think that forced the second baseman to maybe put a little bit more zip than what the first baseman was expecting. And he was able to get on base. A little bit of a fake bunt there from Schubert. Takes ball 1. Not a lot of speed from Lovato at first base. Nobody out, guy on first. Jackson Kelson, 2 looks, delivers low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. A little bit of bullpen action. Looks like that's Gage Sheesh getting loose in the bullpen for the Wasps. Everybody's available still, even Jackson Bolander only threw 51 pitches. He can come back and throw today as well. This one's going to be a hard hit ball. Back-to-back singles here for Tooele. Crew comes up, fields it clean, so runners on first and second with nobody out after back-to-back singles from Lovato and Schubert.
Crew was just hoping Lovato was going to try to go to third base. You could see him hoping to bait him into that. Wanted to show off the gun from right field. But Lovato was not even really to second base before Crew got that ball in.
Good piece of hitting there from Schubert. First and second now, nobody out. Tying run on first base as Wasatch leads 2-0. Tooele has failed to score so far in this series. 9 scoreless innings for Tooele. Wasatch playing with both corners in. The hitter for Tooele is Adams. Did not play yesterday. Now we got runners on first and second. We're going to get the runner out at first, but the runner at second will advance. And, he's off the bag. No, he stays on the bag. So what happened there is it was a bunt attempt from Tooele. The runner at first base went, and then he ended up getting picked off as Wasatch went for the runner at first base and got him out. Lobato read it, and he advances to third base. So really the job's done there as they wanted to get a runner on third base. The runner behind him, it gets out, but now you got a chance with the runner on third and less than 2 outs.
Yeah, but not the job the way the coach would want it, Tyler. You want that runner on second and with 2 cracks to tie this thing up on a base hit. And so that's a big out there for Wasatch to get that trail runner. It's a good job from Craig McPhee. He didn't panic. He analyzed the situation, kind of ran at the runners, and then looked at which one was going to commit. And Jack Bluth hustling over there to get to the spot. Just all around, pretty good baseball there from Wasatch.
1-2 the count's going to be our first trip to the mound of this series for the Wasps. Again, your trips to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. Stop in over there on Mirror Lake Station Highway in Camas. 1-2 the count with 1 out and a runner on third base, 2-0 the score.
Yeah, Ty, if you're Tooele, you're just hoping to push a run across here, as you pointed out. Getting that runner to third with less than 2 outs gives you a pretty good chance. But you have not had a lot of opportunities with runners in scoring position, and so you're looking there with your 7-hitter up thinking, all right, let's see if we can bunt this over. Usually 7, 8, 9, at least for Tooele this year, has not been good. In fact, 5 through 9, it's not been good for Tooele for most of the year. And so they're trying to play the statistics, stay out of a double play, get the runners over, and not executing on that bunt really removes an opportunity for them that they just haven't had many chances of.
Jackson Bolander and Chet both playing back with 2 strikes with 1 out. Adams grounded out to Jack Bluth. They're going to give up a run here, are the Wasps. The 1-2 swung on. It's elevated to right field. Crew going back, and it's going to go foul up against the fence there. So we'll reset with a 1-2 count.
Yeah, and of course, when you say give up a run, just talking about if a ball's in play, they're playing to give up a run there defensively with the corners back the way that they are. Not hoping to give up a run here at any point.
Your outfield today, Cole Zimmerman, Peyton Swap, and Crew Erickson playing right field for the first time this year. Jackson sets, delivers the 1-2, tried to go off speed, but it was up in the zone, moves the count 1-2-2.
Pitch 40 for Jackson there. Into the 5th inning. It's a surprisingly low number.
Good piece of hitting there from Adams. He just sticks the bat out to protect the plate, pushes it foul, and we'll reset with the 2-2 count. That is not Gage getting loose in the bullpen.
Nope,
Gage just threw it to Craig.
Laser from the dugout there, yeah.
Casey getting loose out there in the bullpen. 2-2. The pitch, low, move, fills up the count to full. 3-2 the count with 1 out. The way Gage threw that to Craig, he was getting loose. Probably hit about 79 on the gun. Full count, the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Big time strikeout there from Jackson Kelson. That pitch was out of the zone, but got Adams to swing. That's the 4th physical at the pit stop strikeout of the day for Jackson Kelson. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Dean, the sophomore. 0 for 2 in this series with the ground out at second baseman today.
Really big out there for Jackson. Now you get down to 2 outs. All it takes is 1 good pitch, and you're out of this inning again with no damage done.
Gets a strike on the inside corner. Probably going to see Casey Anderson after this inning, I would assume. Wasatch again leads 2-0. Her bat for Tooele has been good. We'll see if he just trots out for inning number 5. Looked fatigued in the last inning. Curveball up in the zone, 1-1 now the count. He hasn't had to throw many. The ones that I've noticed, that's only the 3rd curveball he's thrown. Landed 1 out of the 3 curveballs so far today. 1-1, the pitch. Strike 2.
You know, if Wasatch does get out of this inning, it does create, you can almost overthink it as a coach situation, right? Where if you keep Jackson under 60 pitches, everyone's available to come back again on Thursday if you win this one.
Another strikeout, so after Tooele gets a guy on third base with 1 out, Jackson Kelson with back-to-back strikeouts. As Wasatch gets out of the inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the 5th.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental grill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Time for your fifth inning stretch, Guild Mortgage game recap. And this one's going to be short and sweet, Tyler. Only a 2-0 lead for Wasatch in the first inning. Neither team was able to score. Wasatch did push across one run in the second inning. It was a Cole Zimmerman RBI single that scored Jack Bluth, who had led off the inning with a single. After that, both teams went scoreless in the third. Wasatch got one in the fourth after Chet Wilson reached on an error. Wasatch was eventually able to get him in. And into the fifth we go. Wasatch bringing Jackson Bolender up to the plate to lead off, leading 2-0 in this one. And the story of the game has really been Jackson Kelson for Wasatch, the starting pitcher, only at 45 pitches through 5 innings. He struck out 5 hitters, 2 big ones to end the fourth inning after Tooele started that inning with 2 singles. Kelson was able to strand him there by striking out the last 2 hitters.
Jackson Bolender's had a rough day at the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, but he's 2 for 6 in the series, had a 3 RBI double in game 1, hitting over 450 on the year. Lovato on the year, 11 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 4.8 ERA, 15 hits and 8 strikeouts in those 11 and 2/3. Going to be a change of speed as the first pitch is going to bounce. Second pitch in there, fouled off, moves count to 1-1.
Well, you're right, Tyler. It's a change of speed for sure. That one coming in with what we used to like to joke, the super changeup, right? That's not a changeup. That's a changeup to a changeup. And you're hoping that the team can just stay off balance.
Well, 1-1. This one's going to be elevated to right field. Back, and foul. That goes off the wall, but about 20 feet to the right of that foul pole, and we'll reset at 1-2.
Yeah, Ty, that's a fastball coming in. High 60s is where he's throwing here, and so you're going from mid-80s down to mid to high 60s here. That's a big change of speed. And if you're Tooele coach, you're just hoping that Wasatch then is off balance.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Wasser in the bottom of the fifth. That ball's outside. 2-2. Now the count. The bullpen wasn't favorable for Tooele in game 1. They brought in Hendricks, who ended up giving up 3 runs and ultimately the 10-run lead. Curveball. Too far inside. The Tooele Buffaloes wanted it, but that was a little bit inside. Moves count to full.
And you can't blame Jackson. You just don't see. I'm going to call it a gravity curveball. That's kind of what that ball was. It's coming in so slow, and so he thinks that ball's way up. And as it comes across slow, it dropped down. It's actually pretty close to a strike.
Full count pitch is too far up. Jackson takes a little bit of a half check, but not enough. And a leadoff walk for Jackson Bolender brings up Peyton Swap, who has a strikeout and grounded out to the shortstop. 3 for 5 now in the series with 2 RBIs, hitting .379 on the year with 11 extra base hits. And I got a feeling, Ty. I'm not going to call it. I kind of feel it. I kind of have a feeling.
Might go flag hunting out there.
I kind of have a feeling. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Lovato taking his time now, delivers. It's a fastball, and Payton takes a big hack and misses.
Looks a little stiff on that
still
side
looks
of that bag.
a little
Still looks a little stiff.
0-1 the count.
And the wind has swirled. It's blowing in earlier in this game. Now it's kind of blowing from right field to left field. which can help a hitter a little bit like Peyton, not having to go right through the wind.
0-1. How about this? A little bit of a bunt action, but he's not able to get it down. Moves the count to 0-2. Jack Bluth on deck. When I said I had a feeling for like Gucci Goo barbecue is what I was referring to. No, 0-2 the count. No outs, runner on first.
Hey, don't give up on it quite yet, Ty. Just because there's 2 strikes doesn't mean Peyton Swap's done by any stretch.
And he's going to swing and a miss. Strike 3, second strikeout of the day for Peyton Swap. Hasn't looked the same today. Was 3 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 3 today, but that'll bring up Jack Bluth, who singled through the 5-6 hole and grounded out at the first baseman. Jackson Bolander on first after a leadoff walk. Jack, for the series, is 2 for 5, hitting upwards to 400 on the year. 8 extra base hits, including a home run in Game 2 of the Maple Mountain Series. Lovato taking his time. Still sets, now delivers. Fastball outside corner, strike 1.
This will be the last day for baseball here at Wasatch High School this year, Ty. All the games from here on out will be on the road.
We'll have a softball game on the softball side of things on Thursday, Friday. But yeah, you're right, baseball, this will do it for home games. 0-1 pitch is a hit and run. Jackson Bolander trying to steal a base, and that's not going to be in time. So swing and a miss, and a stolen base attempt is a good throw from Spindler, as that was a pitch out basically, as Jack Bluth tried to get a piece of it. It was a hit and run. But 2 outs now after getting the leadoff guy on. Wasatch now with nobody out and a guy and 2 outs.
Yeah, bad luck. Bad luck
2
there
strikes.
on that pitch. That's the worst pitch to go on there because, as you called, Tyler, I don't think it was a called pitch out, but that's what that pitch looked like. And Jack couldn't protect him to have that ball in play.
0-2 pitch gets the outside corner as well. Back-to-back strikeouts from Lovato, and for the first time, Wasatch only sends 3 batters up in the bottom of the 5th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's 2-0 here on 94.5 The Peak.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no-pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Flooring and Paints.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 6th brought to you by Wasatch Back Grill and Deli, a family-owned and operated business that has been serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for the past 7 years. 1-1 count here to the number 9 hitter, Palmer. He's going to swing at the 1-1. It's going to be a ground ball to Jack Bluth. And Jack continues to look good. Another put out for Jack over to Jackson Bolander. 1 away here in the top of the 6th with Wasatch leading 2-0. It's going to bring us to the top of the order. The second baseman, Bird, will come up. He's 0 for 4 in the series. Strikeout and a fly out to right center field today. .290 batting average coming into today. Jackson Kelson still on the mound for the Wasps. Delivers. That one missed just a little bit. Threw that one about 58 feet and about 2 feet outside.
He threw it well enough that the batter is going to be uncomfortable in that box. When that's coming, in the high 80s as Jackson is, that pitch makes you a little nervous.
Misses on that one as well. Moves the count to 2-0. Pitch number 51 there for Jackson Kelson. Right around where Jackson Bolander was. Casey Anderson is loose in the bullpen. 2-0 comes with one. It's going to be elevated to right field. Crew Erickson takes a step back, now goes over his right shoulder. That right field side is just a little bit tough, and Crew Erickson is able to make the snag over his glove hand side. 2 away here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, I think he thought that one was a little bit more shallow than it actually turned out to be, Tyler. He kind of was coming over to his right, thinking he was going to die down. But that ball had a decent barrel on it. Nearly got over Crew's head. And that one is going into the wind, so yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
Brings up Kolovich, 0 for 2 today, but was 2 for 2 yesterday. He's going to swing at the first pitch, elevates this one to right center field. Peyton Swab going back and makes the grab. One pitch, one out there to Kolovich, and another 1-2-3 inning.
Well, he's got to go ice that arm, Tyler. He's at 54 pitches now through 6 innings. That's a crazy number there for Jackson that he's pushing here, Ty.
9 pitches an inning right now is what Jackson Kelson's at. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Another scoreless inning for the Buffaloes. It's still 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Wasatch Back Grill and Deli is a family-owned and operated business serving great food and customer service in Heber City and Midway for over 7 years. For a burger with kick, try the Firehouse. Have a hankering for some seafood? Try fish and chips. Or try the Mandarin chicken salad. Their homemade recipes, freshly grilled burgers and sandwiches are complemented with unique sauces and homemade sides. They provide the best experience and highest quality food. Stop by today and try their great menu items. As a thank you to teachers, first responders, medical personnel, and military, get 15% off meals all year round.
Hi, this is Abby Covarrubias, the Wasatch High School Student Body President. Did you know that parents are the #1 reason kids don't drink? Believe it or not, teens still listen to their parents. In fact, kids usually listen to their parents more than anyone else, including their friends. Utah kids report the #1 reason they choose not to drink is their parents' strongest approval. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Parent Bonding Project.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 6th inning brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, goodies, and more. Owners Dave and Kristen Wade invite you to swing on by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station in Camas.
6, 7, 8 up for the Wasps. Chet Wilson, Cole Zimmerman, and Carter Bucad. They'll face off against Lobato, who just got Wasatch out in order. In the bottom of the 5th, Wasatch currently leads 2-0, trying to close out this regional series and advance to the Super Regional for the 2nd year in a row. First pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. Wasatch faithful disagree, to say the least. Chad Wilson has reached on an error by the first baseman in his last at-bat, and then had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat. Still hitless in the series, 0 for 4. Did have a run scored. Takes ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-2.
Well, Ty, as a coach, you used to always say there's one way to avoid having a bad call from the umpire, and that's to take it out of his hands. Get in the box and put the ball in play, and then you don't need to be debating whether it's a strike or not. A couple of these pitches have been borderline, but if you're the Wasatch hitters, you need to realize that and get up there and know you got to protect the full part of the plate.
That 1-2 pitch was close as well. Chet doesn't swing at it, and it is a little bit off the plate. Moves count to 2-2. Lobato now comes with a curveball that misses way high and outside, so full count here to the leadoff guy here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball swung on, elevated to left field. That wind's going to blow that one out of play, and we'll reset with the count full. As you look at the next round matchups, if the teams that won Game 1 were to advance today, you'd have a Region 9 matchup, Spanish against Maple, number 1 versus 22. Lehigh would get Springville. That's an intriguing series just because of the staff that Springville has. Then you would have a Jordan versus Uinta, Olympus against Brighton, and then Cottonwood against Wasatch. That one's a good swing there from Chad. Can he get down? No, as that's going to tail foul as well. He went with the outside fastball, and that just tailed barely foul. That had double written all over it. but the wind blows it foul.
That's really good there from Chet, though, Ty. That's what I'm talking about. That pitch is, again, borderline strike, maybe on the outer half, but he's not letting the umpire make the call. Flings the bat out and just can't quite keep it fair as it was flirting with the outer part of the plate. Those matchups you're going over, though, if you're Spanish, aren't you just thinking?
He's going to try it again, Ty. Another full count, and it's going to go foul again. So the third straight foul ball down that left field line.
Aren't you just hoping Maple Mountain wins, right? I mean, there's such a big difference between the pitching staffs of Maple Mountain and Springville. And if you're the 1 seed in Spanish Fork and your reward is, hey, you're gonna get 2 guys throwing high 80s, one from the left side, one from the right side. That's a tough first-round matchup for Spanish Fork.
Ground ball is going to be to the backhand side of the second baseman. He's going to throw it over the first baseman's head. Chet's going to take off for second, but a great job from Spindler, who is backing up the throw. He'll field it, throw it to second base, and Chet will be thrown out at second base. Good job there from Spindler, hustling down that line and backing up that throw. He's learned his lesson, is what that story is.
Well, yeah, that catcher's done a good job, Tyler.
Good play there from the second baseman and making that play on his backhand side. Terrible throw, and Chet thought he could get to second base and gets thrown out. Another fastball in the outside corner here to Cole Zimmerman. Zimmerman, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt, had a RBI single through the 5-6 hole in his first at bat. The sacrifice bunt in his second at bat. 1-1 now the count. Park City Salem would be a matchup. Woods Cross Bountiful and Timpanogos Orem would be a matchup. 1-1, 1 out. Fastball outside, moves count to 2-1. Orem Timpanogos, that would be a fun one.
Looking across here, you ready to make some predictions of maybe a Final Four teams, Final Four matchup here, Ty?
3-1 now the count. No. Short answer is no. If you want me to do it, I'll do it. But short answer is no.
Come on, get a little bold over here.
Spanish. I just like their staff. I think watching them, that look good. I haven't seen Lehigh at all. All I saw was Lehigh last year. Big 3-1 swing here from Cole. Swings over the top of it, and that's going to fill up the count to 3-2. I just haven't seen a lot of these teams. We've seen Cottonwood, seen Park City, haven't seen Woods Cross or Bountiful. Full count pitch is going to be rolled over to the second baseman, and Lovato continues to do his job, as that's now 5 batters retired that he has faced. Another ground out at the second baseman, and that'll bring up Carter Bucott, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout today. 2 for 4 in the series with an RBI. Of the teams we've seen, Spanish I like, and Wasatch I like. I think Wasatch has a chance this year to make a run. This is I think as good a chance Wasatch has had over the past couple of years to make a little bit of a run here in the state tournament. Curveball misses high.
Well, their pitching certainly is passing the eye test early on. Again, we're now 11 innings into this series and not a run given up so far. 1-0 pitch is going to be fouled off, move the count to 1-1. He must be remember the old backyard baseball game when you have like the spiral pitch that's going in there. You can start it inside and break it outside.
You come back in. That must be what Lovato's throwing down there, because the speed shouldn't be getting Wasatch off, but the change of speed has done its job. 1-1, and this is going to be popped up, and another 1-2-3 inning. So Lovato has faced 6 batters and has 6 outs, as Tooele has 3 more outs. They're down 2-0, but they've given themselves a chance. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as we go into the top of the 7th.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how.
Hi, friend. Are you ready for your next delicious meal? Come to the Dairy King, home of the train, where they're serving the yummiest food to friends and family in the valley. Come in and get a mouth-watering peach shake, peach cobbler shake, or peach raspberry shake. Dairy King, the winner of the Best of State for 18 years. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Bring a picture and a memory of being at Dairy King. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the seventh, brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. From the words of the Gucci, I'm not even going to read this, Ty, because I went to Gucci Goo on Friday, and everything that's in this ad is legit and real. Got the 2-meat plate with some mac and cheese. It was excellent. Mixed the mac and cheese a little bit with the barbecue meat. It's fantastic. My wife had the ribs. It was
made
good.
your own little Gucci Sunday.
Exactly.
Is what they call it.
That's
over
what
there.
I went.
Mac and cheese with the meat in there.
Yep. First pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off. We got the number 3 hitter, Bowen, grounded out at the second baseman and popped up to the left center field side today. 0 for 3 in the series. Swings at another pitch that's out of the zone. Moves the count to 0-2. That's 2 swings on pitches out of the zone, and usually in this situation, Ty, you want to maybe take till you get stride, get the pitch count up a little bit. Not here. 3 straight swings and misses as Wasatch's Jackson Kelson has another physical at the fit stop strikeout. Make it 6 on the day now for Jackson Kelson.
You know, and I can't help but think, Tyler, you know, as a senior coming to the plate there in Bowen, in the back of your mind, you're thinking this could be the last one, the last at bat I ever take in high school baseball, and if it is, that's a tough way to go down there, 3 pitches swinging.
Spindler's going to get a hold of one to left center field. It's going to be Crew Erickson. He'll come up and make the grab, and Wasatch is 1 out away from closing out this series on back-to-back outs. A strikeout, now a fly out to the right fielder, and that'll bring up Lovato, he's one of 2 guys to have hits. He's actually 2 for 2 in the 5-6 hole. Chad Wilson went and stood there, and now he's going to move kind of back over.
Swung at the first pitch both times, both fastballs. See if Jackson wants to come with a breaking pitch here.
Chet shifts over to where he's hit it the last 2 times. Does go with the curveball that's in there for a strike. Wasatch 2, Tooele 0. Wasatch looking to advance to the Super Regional for the 2nd year in a row. The 0-1. Another curveball, gets a called strike on the inside corner. 0-2 now the count on back-to-back off-speed pitches from Jackson Kelson. Jackson takes the pitch, the 0-2. Tries to go fastball, low and outside, misses, and we'll go to 1-2 on the count. 2-0 the score. Wasatch 1 out away from winning the regional series. Kelson comes set. The 1-2. Elevated to center field. Peyton Swap will go over to his left-hand side, settles underneath it, and Wasatch does it. Wasatch wins 2-0 to complete the 2-game sweep over the Tooele Buffaloes. They'll advance to the Super Regional, win 15 games for the 2nd year in a row. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Ace Timberline Hardware Store post-game show.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch closes out Tooele 2-0 in this 3-game series to advance on to the Super Regional. This post-game show brought to you by Timberline Ace Hardware right here in the Heber City. Visit us for all your hardware needs. Come in to get your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans at 737 South Main behind Panda Express, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years. And Ty, let's go ahead and go with our Gordon Law Group game recap.
Well, Tyler, this one was all pitching. You got to give a shout out there to Jackson Kelson, who was as good as maybe any pitcher we've seen on the mound this year. Only 62 pitches in 7 innings for the Wasps here. That's a crazy number. He averaged less than 9 pitches per inning. He only gave up 3 hits, had 6 strikeouts on the game, and he was just outstanding. And that really tells the story of the game, Tyler. It was a very quick game because Jackson just got on the mound and really rolled. Didn't have any walks, no hit by pitches. Wasatch played totally clean, no errors that allowed base runners on, and he was awesome. So as you look at the inning recap, it's really pretty simple. Neither team scored in the first. Wasatch got one in the second, and it was the only truly earned run of the game. Jack Bluth got a single, eventually got around to second on a bunt before Cole Zimmerman knocked him in on another single there, and that was it, Tyler. That was the only hit between the two teams that actually knocked in a run. The only other run in the game came in the 4th inning when Chet Wilson got on by an error, and that error allowed him to get to second base. And after that, he was eventually able to score on a Gutierrez ground out. And that was it. That's all the scoring in this game. 2-0 Wasatch wins, and Jackson Kelson absolutely shut down the Tooele Buffaloes. But if you go back to Bolander as well, Bolander pitched game 1 on Saturday. So Wasatch went 12 innings of pitching in this, only gave up 6 hits over the 12 innings, no runs, and had 11 strikeouts over those 12 innings. The pitching was awesome. Those two, you tip your cap to it. And now the team will turn over to a much better opponent in either Olympus or Cottonwood, most likely. I guess there's an outside chance that they still could end up facing a team like Park City. But, Tyler, I would probably right now put your money on, well, it's really 50-50 between Olympus and Cottonwood. No scores have been updated yet as this one really finished quickly. This game less than 2 hours. This is probably going to be one of your first finals that have come in. And so we'll wait to see who this team will face off here on Thursday and Friday this week.
That game recap brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm, taking pride in saying, yeah, we do that, practicing in all areas of the law. Let's go ahead and hand out some Ties trophies. Bank of Utah's specialty is relationships, and they are our sponsor for our hitter of the game.
Well, this is going to go to Crew Erickson, who went 2 for 3 on the day. Wasatch only had 4 hits themselves, Tyler. They weren't very good in the box, if you want to be critical of the Wasps today. Pitching really saved them, and Crew had 2. Started the game off with a single, got a single in his next at-bat, and then he also had a stolen base to go with it. So Crew Erickson is going to be your Bank of Utah offensive player of the game. Your defensive player of the game brought to you by Point S Tires. Who stands out to you?
Jack Bluth. Jack Bluth was really good at second base, made every play that was played at him. I think he had 5 or 6 putouts over there at second. I like Jack Bluth with that call. And then Craig McPhee did a good job behind the dish calling the game. I guess, I'm doing the one. If you ever watched The Sandlot when the ham is behind the dish and he says, the heater, here it comes, that's all he really had to do today because Jackson Kelson was lights out. You mentioned it, Ty, 7 innings, 3 hits, no walks, no runs, and 6 Ks. And your UCCU spark of the day.
You know, Tyler, this came in the 5th inning as Tooele got a couple hits. Out of their 3 hits, 2 came back-to-back to start that one off. And a 2-piece spark here in this game. Craig McPhee was able to take advantage of some bad base running and pick off the runner at first base. And then after that, Jackson Kelson struck out the last 2 hitters, leaving a base runner stranded on third base. And I felt like when that happened, it was over. The Tooele missed their opportunity. They had a chance with